Hey everybody. Good to see everybody today. See a few people are on. Could you please let me know if you can hear me? Good morning, TBA. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, GMAC. Good morning, Fenderman. Good to see all of you. Can you hear me? It might sound a little bit different this week because I don't have my recording equipment. As you can tell, this is not my office. There's no shirts hanging up. So yeah, it's a new room. It's a room at the Budget Hotel in Farmington Hills, Detroit. I'm not home this weekend, and I won't be home next weekend either. So I'm here in my hometown in Detroit for a niece's wedding. And hey, my cousin Dave, who I want to say hi to, he was there and he played the music for his sister's daughter's wedding. How cool is that? He played music for his own daughter's wedding, but it was limited because he obviously wanted to participate. But super cool, and he did a great job. He's not a classical player, but he managed very well, air on the G string and Pachelbel's canon and all the rest of it. So it was lovely, really was, and he managed to get in a little Elton John anyway. All right, so that was pretty cool. Is that right? Dennis Coffey, home of Dennis Coffey. I did not know that. All right. Need the shirt. Oh, man. There's a shirt hanging. There's a shirt on the bed. All right. So anyway, so that's it. Before we get going, I just want to give a shout out to a few people who were kind enough to donate to the channel this week. Louis K., shout out to you. Brian B., Paul H., Jim W., and Greg W. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Greg, GMAC, I also really appreciate the preemptive thumbs up on the video. Always enjoy that. Every little bit is kind of encouraging in that. So yeah, so I'm on this monster trip that I started on Friday, and I'm in Detroit, and I'm going to be in Las Vegas next week. Not playing, but doing a sales convention, which is not fun. And then I'm coming back late on Saturday. So if I may not be able to make it for next week's Sunday live stream, you can see I don't have any guitar this week, but I should be able to be back on Sunday, back online next Sunday. So there we go. El Rondo, good to see you. Wayne, good morning to you. Frank, Osman 5151, good morning to you as well. All right, so just a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I'm sure some of you have already seen. I got a note from Matt. Thank you, Matt, about some changes in copyright law. And I'm guessing that some of you saw Paul David's rant about copyright, which was pretty interesting. Now, I don't derive much of my income from, my YouTube ads or things like that. Hey, thanks, Gary. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. At St. Augustine, that's the oldest settlement, non-native settlement in America, is it not? If I remember that. Oh, Rick Beato also went off on copyright. That's interesting. Yeah. So, but Paul Davids is usually so like cool, cool and calm as cool as a cucumber, and with those awesome video cuts that he does. But he really went off, and I really feel for these guys who their income comes from this, and that can really kill your income if that happens. So my understanding is that Paul actually had one of his backing tracks that he used. Get this is ridiculous. One of the backing tracks that he created and uploaded for others to enjoy and use, somebody used that in a song and then sued him for and then got him on copyright infringement and said he can't have his old backing track up. How screwed up is that? Yeah, I mean, Paul Davids quit his job, and he should. He's great at what he does. His videos are really fantastic, I think, and really entertaining as well as informative. He's really good. So why shouldn't he? If he's putting in all that work, why shouldn't he get it? So anyway, now it doesn't. I think Matt Matt sent me something about the copyright, what is it, Article 13 or something like that, which is a European Union thing, which changes the copyright. It changes the responsibility from individual creators to the platform. So because the platform is now on the hook, they can, potentially, knock out more of the videos and so forth. I don't know. It's really tough on YouTube. It's really hard. I have to say from firsthand experience, it's really, really hard when you work your butt off, post something, and then somebody takes it down. And I'm not trying to fight or do anything. I'm just trying to help other people play guitar and have fun. But it is what it is, I suppose. So, I always avoid, or not always, but I mostly avoid Eagles songs because Eagles songs are really aggressively guarded. Led Zeppelin is really aggressively guarded. And yeah, it's E's, G-L-E-Z, and doing slight variations, and he still took those down. So, that's just not working. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. Obviously, I do a lot of videos that are basically, I do a demo in the front, so people would consider that to be a cover, and then I teach, which also people would consider that to be a cover, I think, or infringement. So, who knows how that's going to go? I don't have that many, that many views or subscribers, so I kind of am under the radar maybe. But we'll see. I mean, like stuff like Rush's Fly By Night, I posted that yesterday. Maybe that'll end up coming down. We'll have to see. I think if that happens, we'll have to adjust. I mean, I'm thinking things. We can talk a little bit about that, I think, and then we can go into the quiz. But it says not only YouTube, it's all platforms in the EU. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really widespread. Why can't Google pay license to use of songs concern making money from YouTube ads? That's a great question, TBA. Great question. I don't know. And I agree, Greg, or GMAC, that the record companies are probably trying to recoup the loss of a lot of this in a weird way, in a protective sort of way. I don't know. I've been since I've been a business owner, I've been a capitalist all my life, but I tell you, on one thing, I feel this way in baseball and in professional sports, and I feel this way on YouTube. I never once went to a baseball game or a football game to see an owner. So I don't mind that the players get the money. I really don't. Yeah, they're spoiled. They maybe get more than they should or whatever, but that's us, right? We can make the decision to not go and see them. So that's just kind of generally how I feel about that stuff. Rush is okay. Yeah, I think they are, because I didn't see anything on that video. So I think Rush is going to be okay with that one. Others, you see it right away. But it's just one of those things that you just have to deal with. YouTube has changing rules all the time. And, sometimes I think there was one, I'm trying to remember what it was a while back. I used the word girl in a title of a video, and that got flagged right away. Some algorithm saying, oh, maybe there's a minor in here or something like that. It was like an Eric Clapton song or something like that. So I just changed the title to Clapton, and it went away, which is really funny. I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree, TBA, is that in a lot of ways it helps keep these things alive. And I think people who are interested in Jimi Hendrix legacy or the legacy of the Eagles or any of that stuff are making mistakes, because I think they're essentially killing Jimi Hendrix for the next generation. And as anybody who's been to a concert with the oldsters, you go to a Neil Young concert and you see young people, you see people there every age, so it helps keep his music going on and that type of music going, which I think is great. But the artists have to agree. It's their stuff. So I don't know. What do you think? Suppose that YouTube really cracks down. I mean, I would love to continue. Yeah. In Paul David's video, he discussed how he used a desus chord, and somebody hit him for copyright infringement and said that that was an integral piece of some particular song. I mean, that's so ridiculous. A desus chord? Come on. That's nuts. you know, it's, to me, it's like saying that you can't be an algebra teacher because you used X. So, you know, you're infringing on somebody's copyright, which is crazy. Or you can't do a movie review, right? Movie reviews would be impossible. You can't watch a movie and talk about what it was about because that's infringement of the copyright. Yeah. Ban desus chords. Yeah, I don't like those sus chords anyway. Let's get rid of them. No major sevenths. I know. What would I do without major sevenths? For me, that'd be a problem. All right. Yeah. And you know, even if it gets inverted, it's just the whole thing about doing it, because as an artist, it's like, it's such a pain in the ass. You know, you got your video flagged, and do I really want to fight this? And if I fight it and lose, then I get a strike on my account, and that might hurt me, you know? So, yeah. Is that right? So Carl Brown said that record companies contact him to break new artists. That's not surprising, right? That's a great, that's how it should be. That's interesting. I guess record companies trying to control that, though, is a different thing. Oh, well, we'll see. So I've heard other people talk about like adpocalypse coming. But the idea of that is that those of us who do monetize videos, we watch, that's right, 3 strikes and you're gone on your channel. So it's risky to challenge. But if you look at your ad revenue as it gets close to the holiday season, right? If it gets close to Christmas here in the US, you'll see the ad revenue goes up. And it's because there's more and more advertisers crowding in to try and get videos. And right now the ad revenue is going way down because I think there's a number of people that have pulled because of worry about minors and videos and stuff like that. So apparently it's happened to a lot of political sites that's been a problem. Whatever. Anyway, so if it comes to that I can't do like Rush's Fly By Night or things like that, I mean, there's things I can probably do to get around it. What do you think I should do to get around it? Or what would you like to see if that happens, so I can keep teaching and keep doing this stuff and we can keep doing the rock quizzes and that? You guys have any ideas for that? Traditionals and classical, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing, is that you can use stuff that's really old, right? Yeah, the Eagles are the worst. I think one of the things that I've done is it hasn't been super popular, so I don't do it that much, is the Jam series, where I take like a classic blues song and I'll show you how to do the rhythm, and then I'll show you how to solo over it. But that's, you know, I'm not scamming somebody else's scamming. Listen to me. I'm not taking somebody else's exact solo. So something like that could be done. You know, there's obviously theory, but that's all crowded, and how to, you know, sort of how to play guitar. Yeah. Anyway, maybe we'll focus more on Jam, because that's kind of fun stuff anyway. For me, they're harder videos to make, but they're good. Yeah, exactly. How can you teach literature without reading books? Or, you know, it'd be like having a film class, but you can't view any of the films. So anyway, it's a mystery. So TBA says, I like what Guthrie Trapp is currently doing. So what is he currently doing? I don't know. I'm not familiar with him. Beethoven's Ninth Blues Rock. Yeah. Why not, right? Happened in disco. That was Beethoven's Fifth. Yeah, it's true. I agree, HK. There's good and there's bad with the copying other people's stuff, right? And I'm not a fan of the people who say it has to be exact. To me, you have your own hands and you approach the guitar your own way, and you try and figure it out. Yeah, it's good to try and get it to sound similar, or to sound like you're playing the same thing and to get the same notes. But people who are really on it's really played in 4th position and you're playing it in 9th position, if that's the solution that I came up with, and that's the one that works best for me, and I think will work best for you, that's the one I try to present. But yeah, I mean, there's all different opinions on that as well. I think it's good to be able to do that and then step back and say, okay, so how does this fit into theory and all that? Yeah. Instead of saying the Eagles this, we should say Don Henley. Yeah, maybe. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe that's as simple as that. Is just say Don Henley. But I'll tell you, I posted one of the things that bummed me out. I posted, I think it was called "Flight in a Fast Plane," right? And it was life. It was basically life in the fast lane, and they took it down. You know, it was a little bit different, and they took it down. Yeah. Yeah, I think what happens is if it hits a certain threshold, they see it and then they take it down. So if I do a video and it doesn't get circulated that much, they don't take it down. I tell you, I feel for the guys who they put stuff out, like Carl Brown. If he puts something out and it's flagged, it's pretty widespread flagged. So that people are going to see it because a lot of people watch his videos. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see. Diving into chord tone soloing. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, that's another thing is we could take a lot of stuff into, you know, how to approach these different things. Chord tone soloing is one of my favorite approaches. So, yeah. All right. Well, you know, we could get down on this, but hey, I'm in the Motor City, my hometown. I love it. I grew up here. I've had a great weekend just connecting with friends. Thanks, HK. I really appreciate that. That's nice. I love it here, and so it's been great to be back. And yeah, how does your guitar sage do it? Maybe he spends a lot on legal. I don't know, but you know, there you go. Let's get to the quiz. So I will let you. Yeah, and he does get a gazillion views. He's got a ton of subscribers. So anyway. Is that right? So you got family in Lyons and Grosse Pointe Woods? Yeah. The answer is 23. Not to this one. All right. So let's see. So I'll let you guess the theme of this quiz. It probably won't be too hard. So let's get cracking. Birds, whales, dolphins, many other God's creatures have sung, voiced every single melody possible in existence millions of years before humans or instruments ever existed. Can't own nature. I'm with you, Dagwood. You are right. All right. Did I ever meet Kid Rock? No, I did not. Band Birds. Okay, so here we go. This native Detroiter, was one of 3 guitarists featured in the movie It Might Get Loud. This native Detroiter was one of 3 guitarists featured in It Might Get Loud. Ooh, you know what? I got to watch the time. Hey, Michael. Jack White, you got it. Jack White. I got to watch the time. You got to remind me. I got to drive my girls to the airport because I'm heading off to Las Vegas, but they're going back. Okay, Jack White was the answer to that one. Michael Caine, Fenderman, Fenderman, GMAC, HK, Matt Delahunt. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to kind of maybe make a judgment call on who wins the quiz, and I think the mini prize will be I'll do one of your requests, okay? And it'll go sort of to the top of the line. We had one from last one, which was Queen's Hammer to Fall. So as soon as I have a guitar in my hands, I'm going to be trying to learn that one as well. Opposite of Jack Black. Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Number 2. According to Journey, he was just a city boy born and raised where? According to Journey, he was just a city boy born and raised where? South Detroit. GMAC coming through. Michael Caine. All right. Hey, for all you guys out there, there is no South Detroit. It doesn't exist. All right. It's called the Detroit River. Okay. Let's see. According to this, Detroit was what? Hey, Scooter, good to see you. According to Kiss, the band Kiss, Detroit was what? Rock City, you got it. Michael Caine. All right, GMAC, Fenderman, Detroit, Rock City, HK. You guys are rocking it. Okay. In this song, Martha and the Vandellas remind you not to forget the Motor City. In this song, Martha and the Vandellas remind you not to forget the Motor City. All right, G-Mac and Michael Caine, Dancing in the Streets, Fender Man, Dagwood. All right. A lot of people coming in on that one. A lot of people came in on the Kiss question. Very good. Michael's got the cup of coffee going. I love it. Okay. This man was the founder of Detroit's most famous rock studio, or most famous music studio. Sorry, let me read that again. This man was founder of Detroit's most famous music studio. Hey, Robbie Love. That's Slim Whitman. No, Berry Gordy. That's right. Scooter, Fender Man. Isaiah Thomas. Not quite. Need more coffee for that one. Okay. Here we go. This was the name of the house band at that studio. That studio was Motown Records. This was the band. This was the name of the house band at that studio that he founded. The Funk Brothers. You got it, Fender Man. The Funk Brothers. Yep. Robbie coming in late with the Berry Gordy. Maybe a lag on that one. Happens. The Funk Brothers. Okay. Here's a bunny question. This native Detroiter was also known as the Queen of Soul. This native Detroiter was also known as the Queen of Soul. Aretha, you got it. No last name needed. Aretha, Scooter, HK, G-Mac, Michael Caine, Fenderman, Dagwood, MMA. Lots of folks rocking it this time. El Rondo. Oh, you got your Cabronita. Awesome. With the TV Jones pickups. Congrats. Let us know how it is. Let us know how it is. Okay, here we go. Their hits include Baby Love, Love Child, and Someday We'll Be Together. Berry Gordy, yeah. Their hits include Baby Love, Love Child, and Someday We'll Be Together. The Supremes, you got it. Greg or G-Mac, Michael Caine, Fender Man, 73. The Supremes, Dagwood, El Rondo, the El Rondo. Okay. All right. In what song? Let's see. In what song do you hear the following? You may not be looking for the promised land, but you might find it anyway under one of those old familiar names like New Orleans, Dallas, Detroit City, etc. I'll forget the. We'll just say El Rondo. Heart of Rock and Roll. Close, close, close. Think Rocky 3? I think it was Rocky 2. Think Rocky 2. You may not be looking for the promised land, but you might find it anyway under one of those old familiar names like New Orleans, Dallas, Detroit City. Not Eye of the Tiger. James Brown. James Brown is the artist. You guys got it. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Okay. This native Detroiter, a bunch of people got it. El Rondo, Michael Caine. No, Michael was stumped. Fenderman, Greg, Dagwood. All right, here we go. I think Dagwood came in right before I said James Brown. So good on you. All right, this one is a native Detroiter whose songs include Fire Lake, Main Street, and Kathmandu. One of my personal faves. One of my personal favorite artists. Love him. Bob Seger. That's right. Bob Seger. Bob Seger. That guy rocked. Okay. Let's see. We're going to have a few questions about native Detroiters. A lot of rock came out of Detroit. This native Detroiter had a stranglehold on Gibson Birdland guitars. This native Detroiter had a stranglehold on Gibson Birdland guitars. Ted Nugent. The Nuge. The Nuge, the Motor City Madman. All right. So Dagwood says, do solo on Main Street. Already did it. Look for it and you'll find it. Already did it. Use that neck pickup on a Les Paul. That's how you get that tone. All right. So anyway, yeah, check that. If you do a search, you'll find I did the video Main Street, the solo. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's a great tone on that one. Okay, this native Detroiter still thinks he's 18 and he's no Mr. Nice Guy. This native Detroiter still thinks he's 18 and he's no Mr. Nice Guy. Alice Cooper, Michael Caine, G-Mac, Dagwood, Ronald. Good to see you, Ronald. Welcome. Scooter. Good to see you too. Fenderman. A lot of people. Okay, let's see. What's Alice Cooper's real name? Any thoughts on that one? Stumped. Eugene. Nope. Vince Furnier. That's right. Vince Furnier. His real name is Alice Cooper Mellencamp. All right. Anyway, just kidding. Let's see. Okay. This native Detroiter. This is a native Detroiter who blended hard rock, hip hop, and country. He looks like a Eugene. This native Detroiter blended hard rock, hip hop, and country music. There you go. There's your Kid Rock. That's right, Kid Rock. Okay. Let's see. Okay, a couple of hard ones now. How shall I know? Kid Rock. And metal. Yeah, metal too. All right. Let's see. Hard rock, metal, close. Not quite the same. All right. What Jackson Browne song says we've got to drive all night and do a show in Chicago or Detroit? I don't know. What Jackson Browne song says we've got to drive all night and do a show in Chicago or Detroit? I don't know. Bill Bailey, no. Axl. Running on Empty is not right. That's right, The Loadout. Or Stay, right, he does Stay right after it. The Loadout. Yep, The Loadout. I think it's about, the roadies and stuff like that. It's good. I don't know. My wife is a huge Jackson Browne fan. She likes Jackson Browne a lot. She's convinced me to listen to him. I never used to listen to him that much. I really like his music. It's good stuff. Okay, blah, blah, BKS, BKA. Sorry, don't understand that one. Okay. All right, here's a really tough one. Girl music. Oh, come on, man. I got to tell you, I saw Jackson Browne live, and he was amazing because he would just take songs from the audience and he would do them. I mean, he remembered the words. He did the songs. It was just him. Not a band, just him and one other guitar player, and he was incredibly good. So a great musician and really cared about what he was doing. Got to respect that. Okay, let's see. Boy, this is a tough one. In this Steely Dan song, Snake Mary Dreams Alone, I would guess she's in Detroit with lots of money in the bank. Which song is this? Who does the singer want to come to him? Michael Jackson. Rose Darling, Fenderman. That was a really obscure question, and you got it. Yeah. If you don't know that one, it's kind of funny too if you listen to the lyrics. But anyway, Rose Darling. Yeah, great song. Great song. I can't believe Fenderman got that one. That's a really obscure one. Okay. Here we go. Another one that El Rondo is going to love, I'm sure. This song and movie by an innovative rapper is about the boundary line of Detroit. I don't even know if it's a song. Yeah, that was a really tough one. This song and movie by an innovative rapper is about the boundary line of Detroit, of the city of Detroit. GMAC got it. It's 8 Mile. That's right. And for those of you who want to know, I grew up just a little bit above an 8 Mile. My mom and dad were born. My mom was well within 8 Mile. Grew up well within 8 Mile. And my dad did too, but I never knew where he lived. Okay, wasn't the right side of the tracks, I can tell you. Okay, anyway, let's see. According to Jay Giles, the alternate name for this dance is the Motor City Shakedown. Not 9 Mile. The alternate name for this dance is Motor City Shakedown, according to Jay Giles. Southside Shuffle, nope. Detroit something. Oh man, do people not listen to Jay Giles anymore? Oh, I'm getting bummed. Mark Strings gets it. Detroit Breakdown. You got it. Michael Caine got it too. All right. Fenderman got it. Detroit Slide. Yep. Okay. This band, this is another toughie, and then we'll get to more easy ones. This band from Lincoln Park, Michigan is one of the most influential hard rock bands of the late 60s and early 70s. And probably MC5. Wow, Dagwood, that was incredible. I was going to have to tell, and Michael Caine got it too. I was going to have to tell people that to kick out the jams and leave out the last part. Kick out the jams. All right. Motor City 5. That's right. Okay. Let's see. David Bowie song, sort of, about Detroit, sort of. Yeah, some of these guys, they're so good with this. This is a David Bowie song that's sort of about Detroit. Stream is lagging. Panic in Detroit. That's right. Fenderman got it. Fenderman got it. Yeah, I'm in Detroit this week, Garrett, in a hotel room. Here's a toughie. Robbie got that one. Here's a toughie. This 1986 album was from the same man who stunned Woodstock with I'm Going Home. This 1986 album was from the same man who stunned Woodstock with I'm Going Home. Alvin Lee's the guy. What's the album? But I'll give you credit for Alvin Lee. That's good. I'm going home. See my baby. I go home. Where the heck is Detroit? China Girl. Best part of the movie. Yeah, I agree, Michael. So the movie, so the movie is, or the album's called Detroit Diesel, 1986. One of it's interesting one. Okay, we'll get to more easy stuff now. Let's see. Native Detroit group, who is their hits include When I Look in Your Eyes and Talking in Your Sleep. This is a native Detroit group whose hits include When I Look in Your Eyes and Talking in Your Sleep. And also another huge hit, which I didn't mention. The Romantics. You got it. Dagwood, GMAC. A lot of people got this one. By the way, Garrett, hello? Okay. This Marvin Gaye Motown song about decay and desperation may or may not be about Detroit. This Marvin Gaye Motown song about decay and desperation may or may not be about Detroit. Inner City Blues. HK, you got it. You looked for me earlier, but couldn't see. That's interesting. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. Inner City Blues is right. What's going on? Kind of, you know, might be. But Inner City Blues is what I was thinking of on that one. Let's see. It's still beating in Cleveland. Detroit. What is beating? It's still beating in Cleveland. Detroit. Heart of rock and roll. There you go. Right. It's still beating in Cleveland. Detroit. All right. Let's get a couple more of these, and then we'll call it a day. One last hard one. One last hard one. This is the name of a main Detroit street, and it's actually written about a road in England. It's a Dire Straits song. Hey, David Heidemann. Hi, Dave. How are you? This is the name of a road in Detroit, and it's also written about a road. It's also about a road in England. Dire Straits song. Dave, you should get this one. I'm sure you ride on this quite a bit. Mort Krim. Who remembers Mort Krim? Oh, my God. Dagwood, you must be a Detroiter. Telegraph Road. Robbie Love got it. Telegraph Road. Telegraph is one of the main roads in Detroit. Okay. All right. That was a tough one. I agree. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. Okay. In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. Who did they pray for? In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. Edmund Fitzgerald, you got it, Greg. Excellent. They prayed for the 29 who died. Yep. Now, if you ever have been to that, it's those that died on it. That's right. It's if you've ever been to that, it's in downtown Detroit. It's called I think it's called the Mariners Church, the old Mariners Church. So you know, Gordon Lightfoot took a little liberty calling it a cathedral. It is not. It's a church. So there you go. All right. Okay, let's see. According to They Might Be Giants, if you're a parent, you might remember this. According to They Might Be Giants, what kind of things should you say about Detroit? According to They Might Be Giants, what things should you say about Detroit? Nice things, yeah. Say nice things about Detroit is the song. Pretty obscure. All right, last one, and this is a real Detroit one. This is a real Detroit question. Devil in a Blue Dress was a huge hit for this native Detroit group. Devil in a Blue Dress was a huge hit for this native Detroit group. Mitch Ryder, that's right. And what was his band's name for double points? Detroit Wheels. You got it, TBA. Detroit Wheels. Okay, well, in case you didn't figure this one out, this quiz was about the city of Detroit and rock and roll. And, you know, there's a lot of rock in Detroit. And so I'm here, and it feels good for me to be back where I was. I got to actually drive and visit my the house where I grew up in. I don't get to do that too often, and see a bunch of old friends, including and I'm going to tell you right now, Dave, great job with the music yesterday for the wedding. It was really lovely. You know, it had me balling. So that was great job. Really loved it. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up a little bit and wrap a little bit, but then I gotta go because I gotta take my girls to the airport and then come back here and I'll be here in the afternoon. So TBA, I will. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate it. I loved your music yesterday. I love how you fit in Elton John, despite along with Pachelbel's Canon and Air on the G string. And I thought it was a really interesting choice to play. I can't remember the waltz, but it's the waltz that was used in Moonstruck. Beautiful for the processional instead of the traditional Here Comes the Bride. I thought that was a great choice from Sammy. That was excellent. All right. Hey, Garrett. Yeah, you're very welcome. I love doing this. I love meeting with you guys and sharing. Thank you really for sharing your afternoon, and really appreciate it. Thank you, Ron. And thanks, GMAC, TBA. I didn't have a Glenn Fry question. HK, thank you. Oh, I guess we should decide on who is the winner. I mean, the winner is, of course, GMAC, and Fenderman's always in second or third. But I think, you know, for the sake of it, I think we're going to give it to Michael Kane today. So, Michael, if you want to make a suggestion on a song or something that you'd like me to do, go ahead and put a suggestion in the comments or email me or whatever you want to do, okay? So, yeah, thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Dave, for showing up today. Embry, I saw you came in. Robbie, Dagwood, great job with the quiz today. TBA, of course, as always. Matt, we gave you a KISS question, so hopefully you're there. Michael King, great job today. Fenderman, as usual. And if I missed you, Mark Strings, thank you for coming on. And Scooter, a few new people, so I hadn't seen you. Welcome, and hope you show up. I hope you come whenever you can. All right, I'm going to see y'all later. So have a great week, and we'll have a new video for you on Sunday. Hopefully on Saturday, and then hopefully on Sunday we'll be able to do a live stream. If not, I have another video I'll post for you, but I'll let you know for sure. Okay. All right. Be well, everybody. See you on down the road.